the Young Player of the Year award. Rory Hale. The second place is Jordan Owens.
Joe's Player of the Year this year is consistent with the Grove, David Cushley.
Thank you, Tommy. The Ian MacDonald Club have 3 awards to present tonight. The first one is our Player of the Season award, and they'll be presented by Sam Loyal and Maureen Boyd. If they could come up.
Our Player of the Year is I Love You, Cushley. Actually, I should have went I Love You, Cushley!
Our next award is the Newcomer of the Year, and that will be presented by Davy Boyd.
Newcomer of the Year is my favourite player, Michael Roy.
And finally, our Clubman of the Year award will be presented by Gerald McMillan. So this year it was a shared award, and it's to Colin Coates and Declan Goodell.
So without further ado, we'll go on to the awards, and our first award tonight is the top goal scorer, the Golden Boot Award, and this year's winner is Paul Healy. The second award for the first Glengormy tonight is the Best Newcomer Award, and this goes to a lad. He took him a wee while to break into the first team, but after that he really cemented his place there, and he's had an excellent season. So this season's first Glengormy Best Newcomer of the Year award goes to Michael Ruddy. Yes, this year's one of the main award. This lad, he's been here for a couple of years. He's been in the team, he's been out of the team, but he's had a real run in the team this year, and he's just kept on coming up trumps for us every time. Spectacular goals, brilliant assists, and he's been excellent this season. So this year's first Glengormy Crusaders Supporters Club Player of the Year, David Cushley. Just being a friend of Bonnie, there's one more we award here tonight, and this is £500 here, and we would just like to ask Declan Goodell to come up, and this is for his testimonial here.
I think the first one we'll give tonight is for the benefit of Tuesday. Tuesday, could you come up here and accept this? David Tuesday, Player of the Year. As I say, we'd love to give it to everybody. Okay, so the next one, I think, is a very, very deserving one. He's been with us for ages and ages. I know I've been here quite a long time too, but this man here has been with us, man and boy. And what a servant he's been to this club. And it's my pleasure, on behalf of the workies who have worked so very hard, and once again, It's a reasonable amount, it's a substantial amount. I don't like the man said 500 quid, not too bad. I know that big hope our tax man takes cognizance of it our way. So on behalf of the workers, I'd like young Declan Cadell to come up here and accept it. Where is it?
I just say what David Cushing said, thank you very much. I'm already joking. I'd like to thank everybody here, obviously, for tonight. The supporters, the management, the players. For my time here at Crusaders, it's been a brilliant journey. And hopefully one will continue for a lot of years. So thank you very much.
The winner of the goal of the season for this year is David Cushing.
Services runner-up for Player of the Year, Declan Cadell. And the winner of the A&H Services Player of the Year, they're David Cushing.
Alright, the Tractors Player of the Year is David Cushing.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending here tonight. I'd like to pass on my thanks to Danny and Michelle and the supporters who support them throughout the season on the 50-50s. Without them, this would not be possible tonight. And also our volunteers. Without the volunteers for our club, they are a big, big plus for us. They work hard. They are not often mentioned. There's too many to go through, but I would like to thank you all. Before we make this next presentation, I would just like to say a thank you to Ivan Donnelly. Crusaders Football Club will be awarding Ivan, who runs a wee shop every week, home matches. We're going to award you with a life membership, Ivan, because it's been years and years that you've been running that wee shop, and the check has come every year on Player of the Year. You'll be getting a life membership, Ivan. Thank you very much for all your hard work. This season we made presentations to Daggy Cadell, and we hadn't got them engraved because we were too slow. But the presentations were made, but we've got them engraved now. So Daggy, if you'd like to come up and collect the mantle. The next person would like to make a presentation to is Charlie for his 700 games, his 700 plus times.
presentation and say a few other words, but probably not all of you are aware, but although Charlie's receiving his 700th, which, when did he get that, Charlie? About 2 months ago? 2 months ago? Around about that. Charlie was the Ards manager, and I don't all boo at once, but when I came into the job in February, can't even remember the year, but it was 14 years ago, in February past. Why is there a bouncy back thing going on here? See your sound effects? They're the worst sound effects I've ever heard in my life. Did you get that machine for Christmas? Ladies and gentlemen, I will come back in a minute or two to do another presentation and say a few other words, but probably not all of you are aware, but although Charlie's receiving his 700th, which, when did he get that, Charlie? About 2 months ago? 2 months ago? Around about that. Charlie was the Ards manager, and I don't all boo at once, but when I came into the job in February, can't even remember the year, but it was 14 years ago, in February past. Why is there a bouncy back thing going on here? See your sound effects? They're the worst sound effects I've ever heard in my life. Did you get that machine for Christmas? But Charlie, when I came in February, Charlie was the manager of Ards, and I think he staved off relegation, and we got relegated. I can't believe you actually came to our club after relegating us. But the reality of it was that Charlie was in his caretaker manager. Ards made a really crap decision in appointing George Neal, and Charlie, they were both in for the interview. They appointed George Neal. He lost 12-15 games on the trot, and Charlie didn't get the job. But we knew Charlie for many years before that as a person and as a football person, and all the things he had done in the game for many years. And I asked Charlie to come onto the coaching staff at Crusaders, knowing that Ards had let him down. And he came in here at the time with Terry Moore himself, and he's here to this day with us. And he's now 95 years old. You wouldn't think to look at him. But Charlie has decided that this is going to be his final season on the coaching staff. Boo! But Charlie has been through every emotion around the football club from the moment that he has arrived with me, and everything that we've done from the Intermediate League through getting back into the league, challenging for our first Irish Cup 10 years ago, and then the success of all the league titles and all the things that we've done together, the European trips and all the emotion and the back behind the stuff that you don't see. Charlie is the greatest football coach I have ever worked with. You are absolute top man. We love you. It's always been a privilege to present this trophy at the end of every season also. I think this is the 4th year. Ronnie Crawley very kindly sponsors this trophy every year, and we present it to the Player of the Year. So all the guys take their secret ballot and go in, fill their little bit of paper in, and decide who they think is their Player of the Year. And this year, the outstanding player and I think it was fairly overwhelming. I think Ronnie, I think, did you do the draw? Ronnie, were you able to stand up to see the draw? But anyway, I was very advised by your assistant that it was an overwhelming landslide vote for Player of the Year this year, Jordan Forsyth. Okay, the very last trophy we're going to present tonight is this one here. This is an absolute beautiful trophy. The first time we're going to present this, but it's absolutely gorgeous. But as you're, I'm sure, all very aware, and I'd like to call Mrs. Galbraith and maybe the rest of the family, they would all come to the stage with us here if you want to just call up to the front. Very much of an echo here, don't we? I think it's a little interview here for stars in your eyes, but it's not right. We are such a unique band of people. Our supporters group is so close knit and together. This year we lost young Alex Galbraith, and you'll all have remembered Alex. He came to every single game for years on end in his wheelchair. And watched all the games with the whole family. Mum was always here, all wrapped up in the snow, and he came to all the games and watched that. And he very sadly passed away, and we were all very privileged to be invited to the funeral and do all the stuff with the family and one thing or another. And they thought it very appropriate to get a trophy that would stand in Alex's memory forever and a day. And make this for the players for the future, not to forget Alex in any way. So they put together a wonderful trophy. Did you feel the weight of that? Did you pick that? How marvellous is that trophy there? So this is a real fitting tribute to him, so you should be very proud of that. And they asked me to say, you know, what trophy can we put together that would be fitting forever and a day? So we didn't have a trophy which would be the manager's player of the year. You guys all do your supporters club ones. The players do theirs. So I decided this year we'll have a manager's player of the year. So I would get a wee pick. So I had to sit down and think this all through. And I like the players, albeit that there's been some fantastic performances from all our players this year, absolute superstar performances. But the most consistent player over the whole of the season, who was the standout player for me, who was exemplary in all positions that we asked him to play, and was just brilliant for me, Jordan Forsyth. Can I just say, I've been coming to this for 20 years, for 14 years as manager, 6 as a player, and I've never heard sound effects like that in my life. He has to go. Can I thank you all for coming tonight to see this room filled the way it has been filled at our Player of the Year Awards dinner is just absolutely fantastic. We've been, as I say, coming to these for such a long time, and at times it's been a struggle. Sometimes we've struggled to fill the room in half the room, and other times it's been just overwhelming success, and everything has just been on the up. And to see it filled the way it's filled tonight is just a dream come true, because in the old days we were all sat in raised seating, and you know, and we all had to fight our way up to the bar and all sorts of different things. The wind was blowing in off the ceiling. And look at what you're sitting in tonight. Honestly, the work that has gone on at this football club in the last 10 years, I described it to the press in the build-up to the Irish Cup final as a fairy tale. We're all living, all of you guys, me, the players, everybody, we're all living in a fairy tale. And sometimes I have to pinch myself to think, is it real? Is actually what we're, is this all a dream? Pinch yourself to see that it's real. Because we're sitting in a state-of-the-art facility with everything that has been prepared for us around how we do things, like second to none. And we've done it by pure hard work. pure hard work. There was nothing else done it. Pure hard work. And I think it is really, really important, and to recognise Colin Coates, Jordan Owens, and now Declan Goodell, 3 players who have dedicated themselves in their total careers to this one club. Matthew Snoddy is also part of that group, but he's a little bit younger. But he's away out seeing his dentist, and where is he? He's in Turkey. He's in Turkey working on his. He's working on his suntan. Anyway, but I say to you, these are club men who have dedicated themselves from young boys at 15, 16 to driving themselves through into the first team, to achieve the success that they've achieved, and to do all this dream with us, you know, and be part of the change and what they've achieved and how they've achieved it, and they have set the benchmark for every other single player that has come to our football club, and we have brought in superstar after superstar after superstar on top of those guys, and those guys have continued, those 3 have continued to lead the way with those players that have come in to join them over this length of time, in this period of time, to lift this club and continue to keep this club in the position that it's in today. And that is the hallmark of true, wonderful, dedicated professionals, and I salute every single one of you for doing that. Tonight is a supporters' night, and without you guys, we don't have a football club. And I can say to you, you know, unreservedly, we do this for you. Every bit of the hard work and the graft that goes into the hard nights training, the difficult weather conditions whenever you'd rather be in bed or curled up in front of a fire, when these guys are out here, blood, sweat and tears, putting themselves through the pain barrier around injuries, whenever I see all the real difficult times when they're really had some real horrendous injuries, when you see all of that stuff and all the heartbreak that goes on behind the scenes, and they put that all together and fight their way through to produce performances that help win the big trophies, that's the dedication that goes in behind the scenes from their point of view. But they actually do it to make it work for you. And I salute you guys, because you come out in rain, hail, snow, as Big Whipper said, you know, to the supporters who have been at all the matches. No matter where we go, wherever there's a Crusaders match, there are supporters who want to be there. And I just love to see those faces whenever we go anywhere in the world, and there are people wearing the red and black, shirts on, scarves on, whatever it might be. We are a unique football club. We are not big in number, and I don't want us to be big in number. I want us to be loyal, dedicated, faithful, ready to fight. What have we got more than everybody else? We've got fight, we've got determination, and we will never be beaten. I've always said that, because we have got people in our football club here who never know when they're beaten. And we have shown that when we went behind in football matches. We'll just keep coming from behind, keep coming from behind, keep coming from behind, and we don't know when we're beat. David Cushley's goals, whenever against, was it Cliftonville, I remember we were a couple down. 90, 91, 92, 93 minutes, beat them. Linfield in here last, it was a bit of a wind blowing, wasn't there, I remember rightly? A wee small trophy on the line, beat them. And this year was the difficult year. It was a difficult year around injuries, over a 38-game campaign, over lots of months of the year. We lost a lot of our players to injury, and it was a difficult campaign. But we had to think it through, work it out, and we thought this big trophy over here might be worth a shot. Maybe worth a shot. And we got players off the treatment table, and we said, look, have a go at this. And then we threw them back onto the treatment table and said, you have 4 weeks to get back and get fit for the next one. And all these players had the strength of character and the know-how and the focus to get themselves ready to play in the big matches. And we outthought all these other teams in the determination to get this trophy back. Ballymena thought they had our number. And we got them out here and we thumped them 3-0 in that quarter-final. And then that wee Coleraine team who think they had our number, we took them out as well at the Oval 2-0. And everything led to Windsor Park, and there was nothing holding us back last week from bringing that trophy home here. Nothing. Nothing. But I just want to say to you as supporters, as a group of people, always back the team. Always back what's going on. Because we will not always get it our own way. We won't. It's an impossibility to do that. But I'll tell you this here, we will never leave anything behind. On that football pitch, we will bleed red and black because you believe in us and we will give you everything back in return. Enjoy your evening. Thank you.